right in view.
So
Yeah, you're good.
you were not bragging, you know? This is you not bragging?
Okay, so
This just happens to need this.
all the double locks need it.
I know, but
This just
is already
happens to need it
installed.
because we ran out of cores before because some of these broke.
Ah.
So they only gave us the exact number.
So do you break that part
Negative.
off? Okay.
All right, so
You do a double change. Remember?
on these particular cores, they look the same length. However, we'll double check that here in a second. So obviously, just so you guys are aware, you can see like this key turns it, right? And if I pull out this key, it turns it as well. All right.
Okay. It's helpful.
One thing that I like to do is keep these in here so you don't get confused. If you get confused, then you're going to have problems.
Yeah, I like those in there too.
So we're just pulling this off, and we're going to do surgery. These are actually 5 screws. These tiny ones.
What'd you do?
Oh, they're not coming out.
So that drill bit would be a lot cooler if it was magnetic.
It is.
Then why wasn't it pulling out? That's weird.
Because those are not made of anything but probably
All right, so you pull off the back plate, all right?
non-ferrous.
And then there's this little clip. This is the wire, basically, guide clip. And then there's also the wire, I guess it holds the wire in place. One screw right here. Pull off the plastic. And then you can pull out the wire, just like this.
Do you remember how it goes?
And then right here, there is one screw, this fat one that holds the whole pin and tumbler in place. Just pop that one out.
Okay.
Obviously, you don't need 2 of those.
And then you eject the pin, the tumbler. Now you can see that this one, you know, they didn't send us brass ones unless I missed them, but whatever. So we pull that out. And you put this in, not like that.
I was going to say, I think
Yeah,
it
that'd
goes in.
be odd.
So here's one thing I'm going to check just to make sure these pins are the same. This is one way to test.
Make sure it's on.
And you can see that these are identical. Now, last time, and I'm going to show you how to do it, but last time they were not. So the new ones were like a good 1/4 inch to an 1/8 inch higher, and that caused a serious problem. Anyway, I'm going to switch it just so you know. So to do it, you basically have these 2 little clips. You just pop the clip out with a tiny little screwdriver like that.
Okay.
Just like this. And then you swap the pins. Like, yo. And click that back in. And put that one back in.
Alright.
Nice.
I mean, obviously,
This one is a little taller.
something.
It's kind of weird.
It was already a little taller, Nate.
So yeah, and that's the problem is I don't want it tall. So this is the new one.
Mm-hmm.
It's just slightly. I don't know if that's going to be a problem, but I don't like it already.
This is the new pin.
And you can see like how the cores are actually just slightly off, like manufacturing wise. Yeah, this is the new pin.
Yeah, because it has the
Oh,
black
sorry,
mark
this is the
on
new
it.
pin.
This
Yeah.
one had the black
Oh,
Sharpie mark.
Yeah, the old pin. So new pin, old pin.
Okay, yeah.
However, I'm just probably.
But this is the new core here.
No.
Or this is the new core, I mean.
Yeah, it gets confusing. So I'm actually going to switch it back because I want it to be the shorter version.
But we know how to do it now.
Correct.
So that's good.
It's better to be too short than too long on these.
Okay.
That's not what she said. All right, so take this back, drop it in there.
Pretty easy. Obviously, put this one back on.
Not like that. Actually, this. Tuck the wire, just like this. Come on, dude. Normally that's a little bit smoother. Hold on a second. So on this side, there's no screw. It just kind of clicks into like a little thing.
Oh, okay.
Don't over tighten these; they will strip out. Make sure this is correct. You can see these screws fit in perfectly one direction only.
Yeah.
And if you drop the screw into the lock, you're gonna have to fucking fish it out.
Makes sense. Like that, we're back in business.
Clip in. And it's done.
Sweet.
Let me drop this on top. I can't believe we ripped that much paint off.
So the new tumbler's slightly shorter.
These are actually the same size as I think that they've designed it so the pin is slightly longer, even though the core is shorter. So these are identical, and some of them will not be, but in this particular case, they are. Oh shit! So I just got confused. So the new one has obviously that, but in this case, so I was using the fronts before to tell the difference. You see how these are identical?
Mm-hmm.
So obviously we know this key can only work in the good one, and it won't work in the bad one or the old one.
So that's yellow. Oops.
So order of operations, pay attention, you can't do it a different method, otherwise it won't go together.
That's not good.
Voila. And that's it. As you can see, that one took about 10 minutes max.
Well, you were going slightly slower because you're explaining correct.
Yeah.
So you normally do that before you install them, and then once you're done, if you really want to, just double check that your keys
Nice. That's
You
cool.
should always double check.
work.
Always double check. Triple check. As Phil would say, quadruple check.
So we know we're good. And then